Hello and welcome everybody, this is Felipe from Level Based Gaming, and I'm taking a little bit of a break today from playing games and writing some articles to do a little bit of an unboxing and do something that I haven't done in such a long time, which is put together a model. Now, as you can see in front of me, I have a Master Grade 3.0 RX-78-2 Gundam from Bandai. Now, if anybody knows anything about the Gundam series, or if you're a fan, you're going to know that the RX-78-2 is the titular model for the Gundam series. If you think of the word Mobile Suit Gundam, this is probably the model that you're going to think of. Now, I'm super excited to put this together. It's a relatively large box. I didn't think it was going to be this big, but, you know, leave it to the Japanese to make something of a model this big. Now, a little bit of a side note in regards to the whole packaging. They have a tendency to try to make these very illustrated, very dynamic, very, you know, larger than life type of packaging in regards to what they do. Over here in the East, not so much. They try to fill up the packaging with, you know, nonsense designs, probably one shot of the actual product, a slew of text, multiple translations, and, you know, it's just not very well designed. You know, the Japanese, they do a relatively good job, and a lot of the times they won't even show the product. They'll have it actually hand drawn, and on the back they really don't have anything, because obviously whatever they need to they need to advertise, they'll put it on the front. So a little bit of a side note in regards to that. So without further ado, let's open this bad boy up and let's start building. Wow, that is a lot of pieces. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Now, before I begin, there are certain things that you're probably going to need in order to assist you building these. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of small pieces, a lot of small stickers, a lot of items, a lot of little pieces. They need to be cut. So what you're going to have to do is have a couple of tools ready, and I have my little makeshift bench here, little ghetto cutting board, if you want to say it like that. I have a standard wire cutter. A lot of people use what's called a sprue cutter. A lot of people are going to use a flush cutter. Whatever you feel that it's going to get the job done. I'm just using a standard wire cutter because it's helped me in the past and I had it readily available, so I didn't need to buy any extra tools for this. And obviously you're going to need your tried and true blade, to trim some pieces, carve some pieces off. And you're going to need a pair of tweezers. Any type of tweezers will do. I just found this laying around. I think it's from somebody's beauty kit or something. So there are going to be very tiny pieces that you're going to need some tweezers to get to. And I believe this will be just fine. And an extra tool if I feel needed. And definitely you're going to need a cutting board. There's going to be a lot of cutting. So whether it be an actual cutting board or any makeshift cutting board, you don't want to really cut into the desk, especially since I have a mahogany desk, but it's been beat to hell, so if it gets a couple scratches here and there, it's not going to be that big of a deal. So without further ado, let's get to building. Alright guys, so as you can see, we have the chest plate done, we have the arms, the neck, the head, and the two beam sabers. So we're just going to go ahead and put all of them together to make the upper part of the body. Alright, so here we go. Here's the upper part of the body. Now I'm going to go ahead and start working on the lower portion of the body. Alright guys, so here's pretty much the different sections of the model. You have the upper body, the waist, the legs, some of the accessories. So now I'm going to actually start putting the model together before we move on to the final step, which is applying the decals, which in my opinion is probably one of the most difficult parts. So here we go, we're in the final stretch. Alright, so here it is in all its glory. It's a pretty good model, has a lot of detail. Now here we're going to actually move to the final stage, which is putting on the decals. Alright guys, so here is the finished piece. It took me quite a bit of time to put on all the stickers, only because there are a lot of small stickers, a lot of areas that you really need to get into. Sometimes having to take the model apart again just to put the label, so just keep that in mind when you're at the end stages of the model. And as you can see, you know, the model does look great. And I'm actually going to take the camera off the tripod. I apologize for any additional noise. So I'm going to try to get in as close as possible just to show you the level of detail for this model. And as you can see, this thing is very detailed. I was actually impressed with the level of detail that, you know, this model comes with. And it is fully articulated, meaning you could pretty much put this Gundam in any pose that you want. You know, I tried testing the limitations of the pose, and you know, there is no limitations as to, you know, the different type of poses you can put these. So if you have a couple of other Gundams together, you can get yourself a nice little scene going. But you know, for the price, you really can't go wrong with these models. You really can't. I mean, you've seen a lot of more expensive models, and you know, they're kind of static. They don't move. They don't have that much detail. But with these, fully articulated, super detailed. You know, I highly recommend these models to anybody who's looking to get into model building. You know, and I'm actually looking forward to try picking up another one, see what other ones I can get. I mean, if you have any ideas or any recommendations, you know, feel free to leave a comment. If you like what you saw, hit the subscribe button. And as always, this is Felipe from Level Based Gaming, and take care guys, and I will talk to you guys soon.